I sent our Jesse Pagan running, and he ran, and he found something kind of fun. So we got to get right out to him and just kind of see what's doing. Jesse Pagan, you are live in Chipley. Talk to me. What are you seeing, my friend?
We have snow, Eric Burris. We have snow in
Yes.
Florida. Look at this. It's actually quite quite good size flakes, as you
Wow.
can see on this little
Yeah.
bush right here, that they're coming down in kind of chunks. Um, and they're just accumulating a
Look
little bit
look
on
at that.
bushes like this. Um, they're not really doing much on the ground. As soon as they touch, they're melting.
Yes.
Um, but they're coming down and they're touching down as white gold snowflakes.
Oh my gosh. So what's so funny to me, my friend, is you and I were talking just a couple of minutes ago, and it's like I was like, it's just a couple of miles away from you. And you hopped in the lab and you went. Was it literally 5, 10 miles away? What was that drive like?
Yeah, so Chipley itself, it took us about 25 minutes to get here, 20 minutes to get here. Translate that into miles. But as soon as we started leaving Mariana proper and getting onto some of these more country roads between the towns, as soon as we got out of town, it started coming down. And
Yeah.
we started seeing flakes heavier and heavier hitting the windshield until it started looking like this. And here in Chipley, it's snowing. It's
How
coming down.
now how long has it been? You're a Florida boy. You were born in the Caribbean. How long has it been since you've seen snow? Just curious.
I would say proper snow like this, it's probably been a solid maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I was in the Midwest,
Yep.
on a snowy moment, I visit. I have friends there, but obviously I don't live there
Yeah,
anymore, so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not there every time it snows. But I would say probably a solid 3 or 4 years
Sure.
since the last time.
So it's funny. So I'm just reading some of these comments. The ghosted woman says, "We are such Floridians. OMG, the mysterious snow really does exist."
It exists. It's pelting me in the face. I promise it exists.
Did you tell like family that you were going snow chasing in Florida or friends and they're like making fun of you, that kind of thing?
Of course. Do you know how many texts I got this morning when
Right.
people started seeing me on TV say, "What are
Right.
you doing?"
Wait a minute.
And I
Is
go,
it like
"Well,
building?
it's."
Is it building? Is it building up in your beard? Am I seeing snow? Oh, that's so funny. That's
I
so
guess
funny.
I guess it is. Yeah,
And is that our beautiful weather lab getting snowed on again?
it is. Do you want to see her? Do
Please,
you want to see
please.
her?
Oh, look at her.
There she is.
That's so
There she
funny.
is.
It's like people from all over the country can make fun of us all they want. But at the end of the day, this is something. Now, somebody had mentioned this, and I wouldn't. I'll have to go and start asking friends. Look at all of that. You're gonna have to write Wesh 2 on the Weather Lab's roof or something. In your finger. But I feel like somebody had mentioned. Lindsay actually had mentioned how rare this is. She had mentioned she saw somewhere that this is the first. Now, I haven't independently verified, but this is the first time since the 1800s that it has snowed twice in Florida in two
Oh,
consecutive years.
really?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't independently verified that. I'm not saying that that's incorrect or correct, but I mean, that looks like it's kind of coming down, bud.
So, like I said, the flakes are pretty heavy. Let me kind of bring you into this
Yeah,
bush here so you can
yeah.
see. So the flakes, as they come down, they're coming down in chunks, as you can see. They're
Lindsay's
making
here.
it.
Hold on, Lindsay. I'm
They're
going to give you a
making it to the
microphone.
ground.
I'm going to give you a microphone, Lindsay, so you can chime in as well. Lindsay Sablon is here joining us. Lindsay, what are you thinking right
That is so fun, Jesse and
now? Look
Tom.
at
Thank you for
that.
going on a road trip.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's coming down. The flakes, Eric, are bunched up a bit. They're they're not just little flakes. They're coming down in kind of chunks. And then they're accumulating only really on like bushes, plants, and roofs. They're not really on the ground or on cars.
right, right. Well, that makes sense because the cars are warmer, the pavement is warmer, but look at
Yeah.
that.
Here we've
And
got some
somebody was
train
saying
tracks, and on the
it's okay. So
gravel, it's
Deborah says it's a wet
accumulating.
snow. Well,
Mhm.
it's still snow in Florida. I mean, of course it's a wet snow. We're barely making it at the
I
end of the
love it
day.
though. It's happening.
Isn't that
No
so?
snow angels though for Jesse.
Oh, baloney. Go find a spot, Jesse. I expect a snow angel from you.
See, if you could see some of these awnings on these historic buildings here, you can see it accumulating there a little bit. You can see it a little bit on the train tracks across the street. Not enough to make snow angels. I'm sorry, my friend Eric.
I'm
Not
still gonna.
enough to make snow
You can make a
angels.
miniature snowman, like a really tiny one.
You can do something.
like a
You
like
don't have to
a
hold.
like a minifigure.
So, listen, if there's one thing I know, Jesse, it's that you're going to find a way to get on the ground and do it, even if it's in dirt, because Florida snow angels are going to be a mess. I did it last year. Right there. Look at that. There's some snow.
He'll be wet, and then he has to drive all the way home.
You have a change of clothes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Jesse, I'm cheering for you just to make a snowman.
You
No
never
snow
know what's the
angels.
worst that could happen, right? You never
Yeah.
know.
He says what's the worst that could happen. I feel like I had hypothermia when I was up last year. So
Right. Yeah. It is. Well, let's talk about that because it is cold. It is cold. I think feel like right, obviously, because I don't have a thermometer right in front of me.
right.
It feels colder in Chipley than it did in Marietta.
But that's why you have the snow falling where you are versus not, right? I mean, I know that that sounds silly, but like there was just a little atmospheric like hold that kept that
Mm-hmm.
real chill from moving over to Mariana where you were. And that's why when we were talking on Coffee Talk a little bit ago, I was like, get in the car and drive because you did that 20-minute drive and it was just
Mm-hmm.
that 1 or 2 extra degree drop that did everything it
Yeah.
needed to transition it from some gravel over to just flat out snow.
Yeah. And that's the. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is gonna pick up on camera, but look at this little alleyway here, and it's just coming down.
Yes.
This does not feel
Jesse,
like a Florida
Nikki's saying, "Oh, there's a bunch
visage.
of snow on your hat. It is accumulating up on your
Yeah.
hat."
Well, and you know that he's not full of hot air if it's not melting too. So there's also that part of it.
This does not feel like Florida. This visage feels very Ohio, Indiana to me.
Yeah. Well, like the bricks everywhere, like it even has that look,
Yeah.
right?
Do you
Oh
see
yeah,
any
this
businesses? Are
is
they capitalizing on this snow in some way? Like, come and get.
no.
No,
So
really?
one thing, you guys, we crossed over into Central Time. So we are an hour before or an hour earlier than us in Central Florida.
Right.
So, for example, our 9 a.m. newscast that's coming up, right? Washington News Sunrise at 9 a.m. Over here, I'm going to be going live at 8 o'clock. So a lot of these businesses are still closed. There's
Yeah.
a coffee shop across the street that we were trying to get to and see if there was anybody in there, and it's still closed. They don't open until 9 o'clock.
Huh.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
also a smaller town than,
it
like
is.
here, our coffee shops are gonna be open at 5 a.m. even on a Sunday morning. It's a much quieter
Right.
town up there. It's beautiful, it looks like, but
I
it's
hear his pain.
Oh
He's like,
yeah.
"Yeah, we tried to see if there was a coffee shop
Yeah.
open."
well, that was the first thing when we did
Um,
coffee talk. He's like, yeah, I haven't had coffee.
Buddy, welcome to
we
Sunrise.
are
It's been a while for
we
you.
are we are severely in need of cafe.
Cafecito. Well, we'll get you some warm cafe. The one thing I'll tell you though, Jesse, so maybe you're not going to have enough. When I took the lab up to Tallahassee last year for snow chasing, there was enough snow. I put it in a baggie, and and it was water, of course, by the time I got back. But it's like, hey, this is snow, you know.
Did you give it to your
Oh
kids?
my
Of course I
goodness.
did. It was
Love
still
that.
well, and then there was still snow on the roof rack when I got back. So I had frozen for them. And do you know what they did? They threw it at each other instantly in the house.
I mean, why are you surprised by that, Burris?
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, come on.
I shouldn't be. So, anything else that you want to add, Jesse?
Not really,
Yeah.
guys. So it's coming down.
Yeah.
As you can see, not really sticking to the streets. Some of the cars that are starting to drive by, you can see they've got some snow on top. But that's about it. And actually, I think from what you can see, we may be the only ones here
That's
in this.
fine. You're literally in your own
Yeah.
Lifetime movie right now.
I
That
guess
is
Or
beautiful.
so.
Look at those pictures
Hallmark
coming in.
Hallmark movie, like small town. You got the American
Yeah.
flags, the snow falling. All you need now is for some bigwig lawyer. You guys, you fall in love, and then there's the credits will roll because the small town in
I
the
think.
snow in a Hallmark. Tell me you've never watched that?
I think
Yeah.
Of course
Eric
you have.
just wrote my life in a Hallmark movie.
You know, you know, you know. Oh, geez. All right,
Or
go.
a slip and fall case.
Or
Is that-
no, no. Ebony was watching earlier. That's the last thing we need as a manager to hear us encouraging a slip and fall case.
Let's not do that.
Though I will say, last year when I was doing this, it had turned to ice, so I almost fell so many times.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be
Well,
careful,
You
Jesse.
Central Florida natives don't know, man.
No, that's something that the folks we talked with last night were saying in Tallahassee. The ones we interviewed and the ones we just were casually talking with, they were saying that last year in Tallahassee, one thing they noticed was it was snowing, sure, but it was rock hard by the time they got outside
Yep.
to get to it, and it was ice. Here, it doesn't seem to be that way. There's still traction on the sidewalk.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is that the National Weather Service made it very clear that this should not impact roads, that it's going to be melting on the roads because of the temperatures being much warmer. But also, the DOT was prepped. They had a bunch of vehicles up there in case there's a need. We've been looking at the traffic cameras, and it doesn't look like that's a problem, thankfully, but definitely something to watch for sure. Look at you.
I'm trying to see if I could catch any on my
Do
hand.
it. Well, you also know your hand is 98.6-ish degrees.
I wanted to hit my hand, Eric Rose.
Okay. Amanda says it's now accumulating on your beard. I love that, though.
It is.
Look at
It
this.
is, yeah.
All right,
A little bit of salt
go
and
get-
Well,
pepper.
have fun.
Go have fun. Get ready for sunrise, and Jesse,
Yes.
we'll talk to you soon.
See you soon, Jesse.
All right, I'll see you guys on TV in a bit.
See you, buddy. How about that?
That is so cool.
Isn't that fun?
Yes, and I love it too. Puerto Rico kid,
Hey.
Central Florida. Now he's in the snow.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. We wanted to do a quick little update just to kind of show we're going to have Jesse talking again on West 2 News Sunrise in the newscast coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Thank you. In just a couple of minutes. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye.